ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
The purpose of the study, the three gunas, is to move from tamas to rajas, from rajas to sattva, from sattva to transattva. This is the idea. This is what we call as evolution. And a person who reaches that state of transattva is a one who is supposed to be a self-realized soul, who is beyond the three gunas. Because by the definition, the three gunas cannot exist independently. Any one of them cannot stand on its own. It needs the support of the other. So when you are converting your tamas to rajas and rajas to sattva, sattva becomes 100%. 100% sattva cannot stand on its own. And that 100% sattva becomes something else. That is what we call as transattva, guna atita, they say. So the purpose of the study is this. Now here, even though in the beginning, I did mention that you have to concentrate in terms of correction, and spiritual path is a path of correction. But then don't take it in the very, very narrow sense. Many times what happens is we spend too much of energy in terms of where I'm going wrong, where I'm going wrong, where I'm going wrong. And we believe we are doing something good in that process. It will not do any good to you. That is why we study sattva also. Otherwise, there is no necessity for us to study about sattva. More than working on your weakness, your effort should be to build your strength, whatever strength that you have. It doesn't matter what strength you have. Each one have got their own strength. I always give the example. Rajinikanth doesn't have that versatility of Kamal Haasan. He doesn't have that. He has something in him. Some strength he has. He starts working on that, working on that, working on that, working on that. He also becomes a superstar. He also becomes number one. He also becomes such an important figure. Now, Rajinikanth never works. How can I also act like Kamal Haasan? No. He has a strength, he works on that strength. That is what nature teaches us. A tiger has a strength, it works with its strength. The deer has a strength, it works with, escapes with that strength. Now, many times in the process of development, growth, all these things, we pay too much of attention towards correction. I make this mistake, so I need to correct myself. Where I'm going wrong, where I'm going wrong, where I'm going wrong. Of course, you have to do that also. However, don't spend too much time with that purpose, with that idea. See, when you spend too much, it will become ineffective. So we say you study sattva, also you study rajas and tamas. What is to be avoided? Tamas. Managed? Rajas. Promoted? Sattva. Your effort has to have the three-dimensional approach. There are certain things in you which you got to eliminate completely. When I say eliminate completely, how much ever you can, whatever way possible, Never try to promote it. Don't try to elongate it. That's what it means. See, nature has a balance by itself. In a day, is balanced with sattvic time, rajasic time, tamasic time. Whenever you try to elongate the tamasic time more or rajasic time more is where the balance gets affected. First, try to strike that balance first. That elongated tamas is the problem. Spending too much of time with tamas is a problem. So what you have to do is first try as much as possible to stay away from tamas. Tamas, when we say, we include tamasic knowledge, tamasic action, tamasic actor, tamasic buddhi, tamasic this, tamasic whatever that is. All that you try to eliminate as much as possible in you. Number one. How do you handle that, sir? Tamas needs to be handled through rajas alone. In the areas of tamas, inject more of rajas in you. Thereby, you would be able to manage your tamas. Laziness, heedlessness, recklessness, sloth, inaction, all this means. That is called tamas. Now, rajas means action is there, but action comes with lot of agitation, which is better than action without action. But the problem is, if you stay for a longer period in that state, initially you are so lazy, inactive. You have injected action now by injecting rajas, passion. By introducing more passion into you, now you have become more active. The problem is, no doubt you have evolved initially, but if you elongate that period, elongate your stay at rajas for a longer period of time, what will happen? You are active, along with more and more of action, agitation also will get mounted. You will get more and more agitation, more and more action, more and more agitation, more and more of rajas, more and more of agitation. More promotion of rajas means you are promoting agitation more. Agitation, 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 agitation. If it goes on increasing, somewhere down the line, what will you do? Hell with this agitation, man. I don't want agitation. Then the only option you will have is what? If I am not acting, no agitation. If I am acting, agitation. I don't want agitation. Solution is what? Very simple. Stop action or reduce action. Either you will stop it if it is possible for you to stop completely, or if you can reduce it, you will reduce it. This is what we call as weekends and vacation. What is happening? Monday, you start with so much of enthusiasm. You go. By Thursday, what happens? Too much. Friday, you can't manage. Therefore, you say what? Thank God, Friday. Why? Saturday, Sunday, break. Holiday I will have. Then what? This problem. Rajas increases, agitation increases. You can't take agitation. So what you do, sir? Fall back to tamas. How can you stay in tamas now? You can't stay in tamas for a longer period of time. Why? The pressure of your desire will not allow you to stay in tamas. What is the proof, sir? Lockdown period, what are you doing at home? Waiting for May 4th. Isn't it? That's why everybody started doing all weird things in the house now. And thinking as though we are doing something creative. That shows how much of agitation is there in the mind. The fellow starts cleaning the house now. The fellow suddenly starts cooking now. Suddenly he says, I'm going to do this. Suddenly I'm going to do all this. Why? You can't remain without action. You see, you have to do something. Unfortunately, you are forced. You cannot do anything. Therefore, what you do, sir? This whole life will be what is happening. So much of effort you put in to get out of tamas, come to rajas, fall back to tamas. Now you don't have any option now. Rajas you go one problem, tamas you go another problem. That's where Vedanta says, don't stay put for a longer period of time in rajas and tamas. Quickly get on to sattva. So more than your efforts in the direction of handling your rajas and tamas, concentrate on promoting sattva. How much of sattva you can promote, try to do as much as possible there. Now these are all basic ideas. Now you have to get whenever we get a chance, I will just give you ideas here and there, wherever we can fit in. These are all basic things you have to know about. What is sattva, rajas, tamas? What are you supposed to do with the three? Now, coming to this, he has divided that personality into three groups: action, knowledge, action, actor. What is sattvic knowledge? Seeing oneness. Rajasic knowledge, seeing different. You remember when I was small, in our house, when they make dosa, my mother makes dosa to give us. If the dosa is broken, I used to get really angry. Can't you give me full? She would say, anyway, you are going to break that and eat only. No. What is your problem, man? Dosa just have, no, what is your issue? That is called rajasic knowledge. You can't see what is it. You can never see this is same thing. It is dosa only. And anyway, you are going to eat that way. What is a big deal, Tamasic knowledge is what, sir? You can't call it as knowledge. What is tamasic knowledge? Taking a part as a whole. That is called tamasic knowledge. And then we moved on to what is sattvic action. Sattvic action as well as rajasic action. In both the things, there will be obligation. Sattvic also obligation. Rajas also obligation will be performed along with desired in action, kamya karma. Sattvic also there will be obligatory action. Obligations will be performed, but obligations performed with one becomes sattvic. Obligations performed with another becomes rajasic. Obligations we have seen already. What is it and how you identify your obligations and all that. Obligation means as far as action is equal to obligation. Tamasic means what, sir? Inaction, when we say tamasic, don't take it as literally it is not doing anything. That's where we have to bring in this idea of obligation. Tamasic action means non-obligatory actions he will perform. No obligatory action is called tamas. You see, so don't take it as inaction. Just if you say action within brackets, immediately you have to put this one more word, obligatory action. So tamas means inaction, means what? No obligatory action, which means no obligation. Tamasic action means a person will not perform any obligatory action. Why he doesn't do that, sir? Out of delusion, because of his false understanding, because of wrong notions, because of false values, understanding, which is what is called as moha or delusion. Out of delusion, action performed. Out of delusion, what action you will perform? All non-obligatory actions will be performed. Rajasic action is what, sir? Obligations performed with kartrutva. That is Rajasic action. He is also doing obligation only. But what is the difference, sir? The difference is there will be a lot of ego involved in that. There is a lot of kartrutva buddhi. As a result of which, certain effects will come in. What are the effects? Action will become so burdensome. Action will be done with so much of strain. There will be a lot of strain in the performance of action. Performance of obligation, fulfillment of obligations will be done with so much of strain. And they will talk about as though they are doing what they are doing cannot be done by anybody in the world. This is how the presentation will be given to you. All that fellow is doing is what? Boiling water for decoction. All that you have to do is what? Boil water and pour 2 spoons of coffee powder in that filter and pour that water and leave it. Decoction comes automatic. Action is only this much. But presentation about that action is what? They talk, and you have to see, that's where you have to see people doing that. Only then you can understand. That's what this, when you have a guru, it's very interesting. The guru will point out exactly when you slip into that mode, he will point out. He'll say, hey, Rajasic. Straight away we understand, that's what it means. Okay. Now this expression is happening like this. That's the advantage of having a guru. Otherwise you got to work it out on your own. Now you have to think and you have to figure it out on your own, in fact. Now here he gives that. What does it say? It means only this much. It says, see, action is performed, but there is a lot of effort. Lot of effort goes into action. This is a classical highlight of Rajasic action. Rajasic action, if you want to understand in one word, how do you understand that? So much of strain, so much of effort. Why there is so much of strain? Because he wants to have the control of everything. And life says what? Not possible. You don't have control over everything. You have control over only what? He wants to have control over the consequences. Whereas life says the law of life is you have control over the contribution, effort, not the effect. Consequences you don't have. Contribution you have control. But Rajasic action is so much of strain. Why? Because the focus is on the consequences, control over the effects of it. So what has happened? So much of, what is he doing, sir? He will go on pursuing that material things, material well-being at the cost of spiritual well-being. That is called Rajasic action. Actions performed with material well-being alone in the mind. My priority is this. Even if it means that I will be losing my spiritual growth, evolution, it will not do good to me in the spiritual realm. We say what? So what? Doesn't matter, man. First get this. Let us get this first. Then we can talk about the other things along. First attain material thing. And even though he wants to attain this material things, and he has a lot of desire to achieve that also, because of that kartrutva, one thing happens to him. What is it, sir? The result will get delayed. That kartrutva attitude delays your result, effect. The delay of that will cause more agitation, more frustration to you. Like a lot of us have this problem now. What is it, sir? You switch on the system and the system is taking 1 minute to start. How it looks to you? That 1 minute look like what to you now? You can remember in the late 90s, when we had the computers to start, it will take how long? You can switch on, go, take bath, shower, finish your breakfast, come back, it will open. Takes that much of time. Now it's taking only what, sir? This, he says, no, it should boot in 5 seconds. If it doesn't boot in 5 seconds, that's why we have got this. No. So that hard disk is not the thing, sir. SSD, he says. SSD is what you should put. Why? It's taking so much of time. Now you need to have that speed of what? 2 GB RAM, not enough for us now. What does it say? In a mobile phone, the fellow says there is 16 GB RAM. In a mobile phone, I say, now mobile phone for what? You need that speed. Why? That time looks like what for us? I switch on and it takes that much time to, so how long it takes? You feel the stretch of it. That is the problem of kartrutva. The desirous. Now what it does, sir, it delays the effect. And more the delay, more frustration you get. More frustrated you get, your action loses the potency. There is no potency to your action to produce the effect. Since their action is losing the potency, you land up where, sir? Failure. And then you go backwards. So the whole equation works like that. This kartrutva attitude. Since there is so much of strain in the performance of action, right? Exactly opposite of obligation will happen here. In obligation, what do you do, sir? You look forward for more and more. Right? Here, there would be a lot of resistance to action itself. A person would have a tremendous resistance to the performance of action. I'll resist. Why should I do this? Why are you asking me to do it? Why me? Why me? We go on asking that question. No, why? Why means what? Wherever you are asking the question why, it means only one thing. What? You are mentally resisting. That's all. It just appears as though you are doing some inquiry and all that. It's not actually inquiry. What is it? It's only resisting. You don't want to accept. You don't want to take it. Rajasic action is an action where there will be a lot of mental resistance to that action. So what is Rajasic actions are? 1. Kartrutva. Ego. 2. Lot of strain in the action. 3. Resistance to action. These 3 points you can keep as an indication for you to refer what is, wherever you feel like that, wherever you have that experience with reference to action, you can understand immediately, yes, wherever you take material well-being priority over spiritual well-being. That's what it means. Right. Then we move on to the other idea is, what is this tamasic action? I already told you, tamasic action, when we say action performed out of delusion. Delusion means, in different contexts, we give delusion in different ways. Okay. In this, what we mean is a wrong understanding, a false understanding, false value. You take up something impulsively. Impulsive performance of action is called tamasic action. Wherever you do an action, just that thought comes, execution happens. There is no space between arrival of a thought and execution, arrival of an emotion and expression of it, arrival of a thought and saying it out. There is no interval at all. It just comes out automatic, no filtration, no processing. Without any processing anything, whatever I think, I speak, whatever I feel, express, whatever I get it, do it. Arrival and expression, no space. That's called impulsive. Impulsivity means that if you feel like doing, you do it. That's it. Don't ask me what, why, how, nothing of that. Just do it, sir. One thing. There is another dimension to delusion. We say one is false one. Another aspect is the actions executed out of wrong judgment, wrong understanding. Many times, we believe that this is the person who has done something, and then you start scolding them. After some time, you come to realization what? It's not their fault at all, actually. They have got nothing to do with it. You see, just the thought comes, wrong judgment. Action performed out of wrong judgment. You understand wrongly, and then without any processing, impulsively execute it. That is called delusion. Delusion has two dimensions. One is a wrong judgment without investigation expressed, acted upon. That sort of an action is what is referred as tamasic action. One. Two, another aspect of tamasic action. See, for every thing, whether sattvic knowledge, rajasic knowledge, tamasic knowledge, action, actor, all this, you would always find about, there are 4 or 5 points you will see. Okay. Now you need to understand where that all those aspects come together. When all of them come together, it is tamasic action. Don't take only one facet of it and say, okay, this is there, immediately that. No. Then you will be making the same mistake of what? Wrong judgment. You see, that is why we are giving many points. It has two, 3 dimensions to it. Take all those dimensions and then try to understand what that aspect is, whether it is sattvic or tamasic or rajasic action. Wrong judgment. What is wrong judgment, sir? See, always in life, there are 2 things. Certain things are means, certain things are end. Okay. There is a means, there is an end. There is a bridge and there is a destination. There is a path, there is a destination. You go through this, you go to that place. Right. Now you can't stand on the bridge and say that I have already arrived at. No. You have there, but that doesn't mean you are already there. You have to travel. You have just boarded the flight which takes you to Bombay. That doesn't mean you are already in Bombay. You can say, as good as I am in Bombay, sir. But you will never say Bombay because your mobile phone will not take roaming. It will still be working within what, sir? Karnataka circle only, isn't it? Local circle only it will take. You are still within that state only. Same way, there is a means, there is an end. Delusion means there is a misunderstanding with reference to, confusion with reference to what is a mean and what is an end. See, everything when you are pursuing, you are supposed to ask this question. That's called jnanam. That's called understanding. That's called inquiry. Viveka. Vicharam we say, no? Inquire. Vicharam has to be done. What is vicharam? I am doing this. When I am doing this, I am expecting something to come out of it. What I am expecting and what I am doing, is there a link? Is there a connection? Many times we expect what? When I shout at this person, that person will get scared and do what I am asking them to do. Correct? Does that happen? See, sometimes it will happen. But many times it will not happen. Even when it is not happening, you continue to be having that anger. At least having that expression of anger. Means is, I am shouting at you. When I am shouting at you, I expect something from you. There has to be a connection between the two. Without having any connection, I just do that action. No understanding of means and end. What in Vedanta we call as sadhana sadhya sambandha we say. What is a means and what is an end? There is a confusion. You take the end to be the means and the means to be the end. There is a confusion there. Out of that confusion, you do an action. That is called a tamasic action. All these three put together is called delusive action. What does it say? Wrong judgment, number one. Delusion is equal to, in this context, of course, there are other dimensions, another meaning will come. Okay. In another place, delusion we will give a very different meaning. So don't take it is the one. In this context, how we take it, sir? We take it with reference to action. What is delusion? Number one, it is impulsive, wrong judgment, and confusion over means and end. Misunderstanding with reference to means and end. All this three put together drives your action. Then that action is called tamasic action. This is the basic idea. Then as we have been going, we are always seeing two things. One is the defined concept and then how it expresses and all that. Now, when you come to the expression part of it, we'll see little easier dimension. When I say expression part, what I mean is it is little easy to follow the other things. This needs a little more effort. This will not looking so much of thing. Classical dimension of tamasic action. What is it, sir? Taking up action without any regard to whether am I fit to do the action or not. Without regard to my capacity, my ability. Regardless of my capacity and ability and fitness, I pitch up an action. I try to do something. Now here, what is very interesting is capacity at what level? Again, we have to inquire. See, when it comes to material capacity, all of us will understand. Yeah, there also there is tamasic action being done. What is a classic example, sir? Buying things using credit card. What is it? Tamasic action. Living out of borrowing money. Doing business with borrowed money. Tamasic action. Why? That's not your money anyway. You see. That is why in the scriptures they give, this fellow, you can give loan. He says, yes. When you should give loan? Says, Viduranidhi, he gives a beautiful point in Mahabharata. He says, don't give. Suppose if you are giving, you know how you should give. He says, you lend, even if that money doesn't come back to you, nothing should happen to you. Then you give. This one principle, if all the banks would have followed, we wouldn't be having this problem of financial crisis at all, actually. I give loan, man, but even if that money that you are taking, you don't repay at all, my stock will not crash. The bank will not get affected at all. Only that much we will give. What is this? You take loan, no? You spend lavish spending beyond your means. Beyond your means, we see people spending. What? Marriages, have you seen? In marriages, how people spend. All the savings, life savings goes to the spending. The fellow says what? One marriage you conduct, 10 lakhs gone. To earn that 10 lakhs back, how much effort you got to put in? See, you can spend a lavish, I'm not saying you should not, but how you should be spending that lavish one, sir? The 10 lakhs I should be able to earn in 2 days. 2 days I do my work, or 1 week, or 1 month. 1 month I work little more. Over time I do 1 month, I should be able to earn that 10 lakhs. Then you spend, doesn't matter. The lifetime saving that fellow has, that he spends on that. Only for what? What is this called, sir? That is called a tamasic action. Action taken up beyond your capacity, irrespective of your capacity. You see, we don't consider. A lot of people, after retirement, they start this business. After retirement, the fellow says, I'm going to start a business now. What is it? Do you have the capacity to run a business? We don't consider that all, actually. So many factors are there. Supply chain has to be managed. This has to be managed. That has to be managed. Finance has to be managed. The government needs to be managed. The regulatory things, customers needs to be managed. The employees to be managed. All these things, do you understand anything? No. I have got retirement money. Instead of putting it in the bank FD, I prefer to invest it in this one. What happens there? Whole thing is lost. What is it? That is called a tamasic action. Action taken up without regards to your capacity, ability. Now, very easy for us to understand when it comes to physical and material. When you say capacity of yours at what level? Then we say there are 4 levels of human personality: material, physical, mental, intellectual. Right? Material, external things. Physical, body, mind, intellect. What is your intellectual capacity? Very difficult to understand. That's called delusion. A wrong judgment, we say, earlier. What is a wrong judgment? I don't understand what is my mental capacity, what is my intellectual capacity. Without considering those things, you pitch up things. We do things without understanding of this, with reference to action. 2. 3. Third aspect is heedlessness with reference to the consequences of action. carelessness. I don't care about the consequence of an action. Beautiful example we give, Ravana. You see, consequences are very, very clear. The boon that you have taken from Brahma, you have got 3 crores years to live. Only 1 crore is over. 3 crore years he had the boon from Brahma that you will not die. And when you are taking that boon, who should not kill you? You missed 2 points. 2 fellows you missed. Who, sir? Nara and Vanara. Now here, this Nara and Vanara had joined together and had come to attack you now. Isn't it a clear indication that there is something wrong? And the fellow whom you are so scared of, Bali, Rama had shot and killed him with 1 arrow. So it's not that he is substanceless man. He is a man of such strength and valor, Rama. Now still Ravana says what? No, I will not give back Sita. I don't care what happens. Whatever happens, man, I will not budge. That heedless with reference to the consequence of action. Are you supposed to do that? Now, a lot of people, when they fight with the manager in the office, give a resignation and come out. Just resign. Why, sir? Just angered. That angry, he gets that anger and he creates this. This is called tamasic action. Action where you start doing the things without considering where it is going to lead you to. Okay, you travel in that direction, where will you go? Okay, finally, what is going to happen to you? You start, good, nothing wrong in that. Okay, very good, fine. Starting is very good. But as you keep traveling, where are you going to land? That understanding is called tamasic. That action is called tamasic action, where you don't care about all those things and do action. You perform action without seeing so in any action. When you commence, you are supposed to do this inquiry. This is a basic inquiry you are supposed to do. When you start something, when you do an action, first question you have to ask is, what is the short term and long term gain and loss? Anything you do, you got to ask this. What is the gain? Short term gain, short term loss. Long term gain, long term loss. Are you sure about what is going to happen? Without this, you plunge into action is called a tamasic action. Now you reverse the whole thing, it becomes sattvic action. You see that? That's the advantage. So sattvic action means what? Sattvic action is where you would have considered all these factors, you have factored in all these things and then perform the action. That's called sattvic action, where you will be doing things with the understanding. That is sattvic. Now, rajasic action we have seen. Tamasic action is where we have the out of delusion, no ability, meaning without considering the ability, regardless of ability. And then the third one we have is the heedless with reference to the consequence. What is going to be the effect of this action? Yes. Then comes the fourth aspect. Tamasic action is actions which causes injury to oneself and to others also. Understood? First, it will cause injury to others. Eventually, it will injure you. And anyway, this fellow says what? I don't care about what is going to happen. Therefore, continue the action, you will say. Action that causes injury. The ideas that you are entertaining causes injury. The words that you speak causes injury to others. And he says what? I don't care. And many a times what will happen is, that's where all Vedanta will come in. This is the danger of Vedanta. You see, danger of philosophy is, if you misunderstand Vedanta, there is no hope for you in this Janma. Even psychiatrists can't help you. See, nothing can be done. Next Janma, try by, next Janma we have to say. There's a danger in Vedanta, in this subject. Suddenly, what he will say? Hey, you said that I got affected. He will say, stress is internal. You got affected. Why? Because of your things. I have got nothing to do with it. He will say and walk out. Like, we give this example, you should learn to use your temper, not lose your temper. Swamiji keeps on saying that. He says, you should learn to use your temper, not lose your temper. Now that you have heard this, 99.9%, what you will do? From tomorrow, why from tomorrow? After the class onwards, every time you get angry, you will say this. I am only using my temper. I am not lost my temper. I am only using it for. Now what are you? Now suddenly you will become aggressive good person. Suddenly you will start doing this, start doing that. Dangerous one. Remember, that is called a tamasic action. What is tamasic action, sir? This is the definition of tamasic action. You cause injury to oneself and to others. So sattvic action, actions, obligatory action, sacrificial action. Obligatory action means actions dedicated towards self-realization. That is called obligatory action. Any other action is not considered as obligatory action. Then comes obligation fixed through other means. That is where Rajasic thing comes. That's what I said. Rajasic person also performs sattvic action, Rajasic action. Now, sattvic action, we'll say one thing you can understand. Very easy this is. Easiest way of identifying, sir, how do I know whether I'm performing sattvic action or not? One question you can ask. If you are performing sattvic action, your mind will get integrated. Personality consolidation will happen. When you perform sattvic action, from the effect we can know the cause. The effect of sattvic action is what, sir? Effect, okay, take it in this way, no? Sattvic action means karma yoga. This is what we saw. Sattvic action is equal to karma yoga. Karma yoga means what, sir? Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi means what? How do you know that you have got a purity? Mind has become pure, we say, no? This is the traditional one. First thing they say is, you perform karma yoga. Karma yoga, sattvic action, when you are performing, what will happen to you, sir? Chitta Shuddhi will happen. Purity will come. What is the hallmark of purity? Chitta Aikagrayam will happen, they say. Means, mind will start developing the capacity to concentrate. Solidification happens. Otherwise, today the mind is in a state of fluid. Today my mind is fluid. It's running everywhere. It has no direction or dimension. Mind has no direction or dimension. It moves in everywhere. That movement will not happen. What is that, sir? That's called this one. In Tamil, they have a beautiful word for this. Kuvidal, they say. Those who know Tamil will follow this. Otherwise, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't follow Tamil, it's fine. Sometimes, even those who know Tamil also will get confused. Kumbudal, they say. That focus comes in. The mind develops the capacity to focus. How that is, sir? Solid. Personality gets solidified. Your mind gets solidified. It's not in the fluid state. Concentrated state it gets. That concentrated state, that consolidation, that solidification, this saturation, whatever word you want to use, you can use. We don't care. And the easiest word for all of this is, which I don't prefer to use because there is a lot of misunderstanding we have, is the word called concentration. There's a lot of misunderstanding we have with reference to concentration. Therefore, we avoid. You can include that word also here. Sattvic action means action performed as obligation. Rajasic action, actions performed with desire. Now, when we say desire, from tomorrow, don't say, oh, mango had come, I ate mango, therefore I am a Rajasic action, that is. No, don't take it literally means. After that means all your action will be falling under only Rajasic and Tamasic. Zero will come under. This is where extreme, definitions you should not go. What is this? We do that. It's Kamya Karma with the wrong attitude. The right action in right attitude. Obligation in that particular attitude is Sattvic action. Means Rajasic action means what, sir? Kamya Karma with a particular attitude. What is it, sir? Wrong bhavana. Kamya Karma with wrong attitude is called Rajasic action. Tamasic action is what, sir? Delusive action. Actions coming out of delusion. This is Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic action. Now we saw Sattvic knowledge, Rajasic, Tamasic action, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Now comes the third aspect, actor, karta. In the meaning of karta, they say first basic thing you need to remember with reference to karta is, karta means the person who has a choice. That's called karta. Karta equals person with choice. Swatantran. Karta means swatantran, they say. Means a person who has a freedom. Freedom means what? Freedom to. Choice means what? Three things. Choice means I can do it, or I can make a choice not to do it, or I have a choice to do it in a particular way. So choice means all these three. The one who enjoys the three is called karta, actor. So actor means a person who has a choice. Therefore, we don't consider animals doing action. You see that? We don't take animals doing action. Why, sir? Because they don't have a choice. They cannot choose to live other than what they are. Whereas Only human is capable of performing action. That is why karta, wherever we discuss, actor, when we say, we are referring only to a human being. We are not referring to other. So don't go back and say, what about, don't send a question. What about dogs? Is there a sattvic dog, rajasic dog, tamasic dog? There is no such thing. Dog is a dog, that's all. And don't say street dog are all what, sir? Domesticated dogs are all what, sir? This breed is what, that breed is what about lions? What about this? We don't. But however, in the scriptures, they give just few indications here and there for us to explain what is the thing. Sometimes, they say dogs are all very rajasic. And then they'll say cow is sattvic animal. Elephant is what, sir? Tamasic. They say. Then what will happen? That means Ganesha is tamasic. Huh? He said, no, please don't go to that is just to give some indication about certain facets of that behavioral pattern. But when you are trying to understand, don't go by these things, please. You understand that only from this angle. Karta means a person who has a choice. You should have a choice to do, not to do in a particular way. When you have all these three, you have a choice. That's where you are called as karta. Now we come to sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Who is a sattvic karta? Who is a rajasic karta? Who is a tamasic karta? First we'll go with a basic, easiest way of understanding. Complication we will see tomorrow. Okay. At least let me give something easy for you, at least in the last, to understand. Okay, easy for me to follow, sir. Sattvic karta means the karta who has a right goal in life. Rajasic karta is one who has a wrong goal. Tamasic karta has no goal. I repeat. Sattvic karta, doer, actor, is one who has a right goal in life. What is the right thing I have to do? He has a clarity with reference to a goal in his life. Rajasic karta has a wrong goal. He is also having that clarity, but his clarity is what? In the wrong direction. Tamasic karta says what? What is that fellow, sir? He has no goal in life at all. His problem is what, sir? He says, I am not going to do this or that. Neither this nor that. Then karta is one, sattvic karta is one who has no sense of doership. There's no kartritva buddhi in him. So he understands what? I am not the doer. Sattvic karta. He says, then who is the karta actually, sir? Then what am I? I am just a spoke in the wheel. He understands his contribution versus the total contribution. My contribution is so negligible, so small, so minuscule, as good as nothing in comparison to the totality. Therefore, he says what? He never develops the arrogance, that egoistic feeling that I am the contributor and my contribution is bigger than others' contribution. My contribution is more significant than others' contribution. What I am doing is more important than what others are doing. This where you will experience that. At home, you will experience that very easily. Every festival, we have the debate. Who's important to family, husband or wife? Who's important, man or woman? Let the whole world exist only with men, no women at all in the world. Or imagine world only women exist, no man at all. You can't even imagine that. Even in imagination, you cannot have it. Everybody thinks in terms of what, sir? My contribution to that relationship is more significant than your contribution. What you have brought onto the table is insignificant. What I have brought in is more significant. Rajasic. Sattvic fellow says what? He says, in terms of totality, when I see, that's where to represent the totality is what we use the word Ishvara in Vedanta. So who is the real Karta? He says, I am not the real Karta, he is the real Karta. It's the first thing you should learn to do. If you are a good leader, you got to learn this. At least learn to imitate. If not, actually doing it. This is not my advice. This is the advice given by Vasishta to Rama. In Yoga Vasishta. He says, assume that you are a Brahmagyani and live. Take it as you are a Brahmagyani. No, what's your problem? If you can assume yourself to be the Jiva and live, his argument is, what is your problem in assuming that you are Paramatma and living? Anyway, it is assumption only, no? You are assuming yourself to be. In that, where is miserly? Even there also you are so miserly. In dream only, no? Like many times, when I give this examples and all that in the classes, initially, why is it that always you talk in terms of dollars? I say, anyway, you are simply talking, no? Let's talk in dollars. Why talk in rupees? You feel rich, you say. £1,000,000, $1 million, you say. That's the thing. Instead of that saying, 1,000 rupees. Instead of 1,000 rupees, you say $1 million. 10 million. You say that, no. What is your problem? Talk only, right? In talking, why you have to be restrictive? Say, it's okay. The assumption. He says, if you can assume that you are a Jivatma, why can't you assume you are Paramatma and live? Rama says, correct. Yeah, makes sense, man. This is the same way. Here, what is this? His assumption is what? That to give it a personality, for the totality, they give one name called Ishvara. So, who is the real Karta according to him? He says, I am not the real doer. He is the real doer. I am only what? I am only an instrument in the hands of the Lord. I am not the doer. I am not Karta. I am Karanam, he says. And what are you? I am Akarta. Then, if you are not a Karta, then what are you? But I see you doing things, no? He says, no. I am only a pen writing. But the writer is behind. He is moving that. With that understanding, he goes. That's a Sattvic Karta. Rajasic Karta will say what? I am the doer. He has that tremendous egoistic feeling that I am the sole architect. Lot of us say that, no, sir, I am a self-made man, and they feel so proud about it. Lot of them have this idea, particularly the first generation rich, first generation educated. In terms of even education also, we see that. I am the first, graduate in our village, first doctor in our, in our community, in our family. So what? Huh? So I'm that feeling, the one who talks more about him than action, than what he has done. There is more about him than the work. That is called Rajasic Karta. See, Tamasic Karta you have to study always separate. See, better. Tamasic Karta you study independently, so that you can come back and understand Sattvic Karta. So first you understand Sattvic Karta. He has a clear goal, a right goal of life. 1. 2. No kartrutva. Right. His concentration is there. More we will see tomorrow about Karta. Thank you.